Everybody says create more content for the internet. Do YouTube once a week, once a day, once an hour. Gary Vaynerchuk says you need to be creating 43 pieces of content every single day, not for one, not for two, but for 8 platforms if you can do it. It does raise the question, where do you get the ideas for all of this? Well, one place is certainly if you have clients, actual conversations with real customers, real clients, real colleagues in your industry. Simply answer basic questions people have. Another solution that Gary Vaynerchuk is a huge fan of is document your process. Don't think about creating the next Mr. Beast video. Instead, just show people your process. In that light, that's what I'm going to do right here today. Hi, I'm TJ Walker. This is the TJ Walker Success Channel. This is where we try to help you become more successful in life by building your communication skills. Now, I've done at this point 3,000 videos, and yet I haven't run out of ideas. I still want to help people more because communication constantly evolves, changes. And videos I did 1,000 videos ago, at that point, no one had heard of being an Amazon influencer, for example. So I do occasionally come up with videos for that specific topic. Today, I want to try something a little bit different. Today, I'm going to try to answer questions generated by ChatGPT. You've heard a lot about chat for the last 13, 14 months. Yes, there are ethical considerations when it comes to people creating a whole article or a term paper or a book, and they just borrowed ideas of Stephen King or someone else. That's not what we're going to do today. I have plugged in some prompts to chat saying, can you tell me common questions people have about communication skills? I then went even deeper and said, please give me uncommon questions people have that go beyond the surface. And I gave it some nudges to talk about fears, anxieties people have. Also, questions that relate to mistakes, because I've noticed in listening to my audience, the videos that people tend to watch the most, that go viral on YouTube and other platforms, tend to be the ones where I spotlight mistakes and tell people what mistakes to avoid. So those are the prompts. So this is going to be a work in progress. I'm going to show you my actual thought process. I created the prompts, spit out the questions. I printed them out right here, but I haven't even looked at them yet. So I'm going to share these in real time with you and tell you my thought process with the hope that it will help you create more content as well. If you want to join us today or ask me questions, that's fine. I'm not doing this to create 10 billion views today. I'm doing this to document my journey, my experience, in the hopes that it can help other people too, whether you're seeing this live or on demand. I'm going to be doing a couple of things, and I see a few of you have joined. If so, please say hello. If you want to join me and come on live, you can do that. What you need to do is go to my YouTube channel, hit the community tab. The most recent post gives you the link to StreamYard so you can join me live and we can have a conversation. I'm very happy to do that. So I'm going to be doing a couple of things today. I'm going to be reading questions from, again, I've not looked at these. This is as much a surprise to me as it is to you. And then I'm going to do sometimes 2 different versions of an answer. I'll do a longer one, which can be then edited by my team to make the typical 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe even 20-minute video for a YouTube long video. I'll then do a separate version where it's a short version. And I see someone, a LinkedIn user, saying hello to all my LinkedIn friends. So I would love for you to join me live. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which is TJ Walker Success, hit the community tab, you can see the link to hit, and you can join me live, and I can see you. You can voice your questions as well. So I'm going to be doing 2 different versions of the same topic. If it is a longer video, I'll be here like you see me, and this is sort of my new studio. I may be at this angle too, where I'm a little bit closer. But when I'm doing short form video, I'll be doing some where I am from this angle. The reason for this is I have noticed in the past, my videos that have done the best on YouTube have been when I'm up on a stage, the camera is lower as it is now, and I'm not looking at the camera. I am looking at what appears to be audience members. Now, I'm pretending today because there's no one else in the room with me, but for whatever reason, that resonates the most with people when they are watching. So that's a little background on what we're trying to do here today. So I'll just go over the first question. Again, I haven't seen these. How can I identify the root cause of my communication anxiety? So that is a question I've heard before. I will share some of my thoughts. So I'm going to do sort of a longer version, and then I'll do a short one that I hope will be easier for my, oh, just occurred to me, I have to hit record. So I'm recording this on StreamYard. Again, I'm being transparent with you. I'm recording this on StreamYard, which is at one level of quality. I'm now recording it on a mixer on a SanDisk where it's at 4K quality. So it's the absolute highest quality. You'll see every little wrinkle, every little age spot too, but that's the price to pay for having high quality. So again, the question is, how to identify the root cause of my communication anxiety. So I'll do one from sort of the main camera angle. How do you identify the root cause of your communication anxiety? Well, for some of us, it was that time in middle school, 7th grade, the teacher called on you, you stood up and, maybe your voice cracked, and everyone laughed at you. And from there on out, you were nervous about speaking. You had a flashback to, I'm going to embarrass myself. I'm going to humiliate myself. People are going to laugh at me. I've seen grown men, women, 50, 60 years old, and it all goes back to that one moment when you were embarrassed, when you were 12, 13 years old. It could be something like that. Here's what I really want you to think about. Do you think anyone else remembers? Do you think anyone else cares? Stop worrying about it. There was a point for all of us when we pooped in our pants because we hadn't been potty trained. But does that mean we never put pants on the rest of our life? Does that mean we don't go out of the house because we're worried about that? And forgive me for being overly graphic, but I hope you see the point. We all make mistakes from time to time. We get over it. Every great baseball player struck out thousands and thousands of times. You can't focus on mistakes. You have to focus on doing better. So maybe I'm not the warmest and fuzziest therapist and psychologist to make you feel better about surfacing your childhood feelings. I apologize for that. But what I'm really interested in is your success. And if you've ever had one single interesting conversation with one friend, with one colleague, just sitting down over coffee, then believe it or not, you already have all the skills you need to be great as a presenter, as a communicator, as a speaker. Once you realize that, your anxieties will melt away. What's making you anxious, what's creating this nervousness is this sense of, I'm going to go back to that failure point where I was 20, 30, maybe 40 or 50 years ago. You don't have to go back there any more than you have to go back to that time when you used a typer. You don't have to go back there. Focus on your strengths. Focus on doing well, and it won't really matter what the root causes of your anxiety are. What will matter is your focus on succeeding, on doing well, on being successful. That happens when you focus on the person you're speaking with. What makes you anxious now is when you're thinking, what about me? How am I doing? Are they judging me? Are they laughing at me? Do they think I look silly or stupid? It's the selfishness. Now, we're all selfish from time to time. I'm selfish. Every human being is. But if you want to get over your anxiety, then you need to focus on the other person or people you're speaking with. When you're so focused on helping them, giving them some new insight, helping their career, helping their finances, helping them figure out a technique for gardening more effectively, you won't have the luxury of dwelling on the past. You won't be thinking about, gosh, I hope this isn't one of those times when I mispronounce a word and everyone laughs at me, because it won't matter. You'll be focused on helping other people. And that way, your anxiety about your communication skills from the past will stay where they belong, in the past. Okay, that was a long version. I see a few friends have joined us. Jayadu has joined us. Suresh has joined us. And we'll just say a special hello to you. Thank you so much for joining us. This is kind of an impromptu session we have here today. I am about to start going live every single day, Monday through Friday, business days in the United States. I'm hoping from 9 a.m. to noon. We're just now working out the kinks in the technology, the set, the position of the mic. I'm still trying to get the lights. As you can see, for some reason, this light, well, now it's changed back. It was green. It's supposed to be blue. So we're still working on all these details. What I'm doing here is sort of sharing my journey with you, because I know so many of you want to be more successful, and you see your communication skills and specifically how you create content using your communication skills to be an important part of your success. Whether you're trying to be the world's most famous surgeon or influencer or engineer or novelist, we can all benefit by sharing our expertise with more people around the world through social media. And I'm trying to help people do that. And Barb says, impromptu live session streaming on YouTube if you want to join in the studio. So thank you, Barb. It's good to see you. And I'm really just sort of testing things. Didn't even know when I could start today. So that's why I didn't say reach out to you. Rahul writes, hello, Mr. Walker. Thank you for such an initiative. Suresh says hello. I appreciate people joining today. Wasn't really planning on having an audience. Did not promote this to anyone. Really trying to do some testing here. But if you're here, I'm glad you're here. So thanks so much. So I just did the long version of an answer to the first question. Those of you just joining us, I just asked ChatGPT to give me about 60 questions that relate to public speaking, communication skills, personal communication. And I'm just reading them out one at a time. I'm just on the first one. I'm now going to do the short version of that, and I'm going to try to do it from a different camera angle. And Barb, I'm going to ask you, is my lighting better today? Barb is a fantastic colleague who's worked with me for years, and she noted correctly that the lighting was messed up yesterday. So Barb is listening from YouTube. She's got another live stream coming up. So do appreciate your time. I do want feedback from anyone on my lighting here, because what we're trying to go for is a look at, like I'm at a hotel conference, I'm at a convention, I'm giving a speech. For this angle, I'm not going to be looking at the camera, but I do want my lighting to not be distracting. It shouldn't be washed out. We've just changed the settings on this Sony camera. So trying to get that right. So, okay, Barb says the lighting is much better. Barb, thank you for pointing that out. And I'll toss this out to anyone watching this live or on demand. If you see something that you think is distracting or annoying, let me know. I'm trying to improve this. There's wildly patterned carpet underneath this carpet. I'll just show you. Underneath this carpet was a wildly patterned carpet. And Barb and several others were nice enough to say, TJ, that carpet is like mind-bogglingly complicated. Get rid of it. Well, I couldn't get rid of the carpet because it's in the office and it's installed. So I just put another rug on top of it. You might not think this is the most beautiful rug, but it doesn't distract. So that's what that's all about. So now I want to do sort of a YouTube short version, a TikTok short, a LinkedIn short version, answering that same question. What's the root cause of your anxiety when it comes to communication skills? Is it because you were a child and someone called on you and you stood up and your voice cracked and everyone laughed at you? Guess what? Nobody cares anymore. Get over it. Focus on helping people. Every single time you speak, you won't have time to worry about your anxiety of public speaking. So, give me some feedback here because I don't want to seem like one of these people who's, uh, Mr. Tough Guy and telling everyone just tough it out. And I don't want to come across as jerky. I'm a little bit concerned that I came across as jerky there. But I do honestly believe what I said there. So I would love your feedback. Suresh says the lighting is good. Thanks. It's the right level. Now, Barb is mentioning that the curtain, let's take some time to focus on this. Barb is mentioning that the white strip is distracting. The reason I left it that way is because what I have found in my old videos that got so much attention is a lot of times on hotel ballrooms and platforms, the podium, there are different curtains that start in different places. And in the videos of mine that had the greatest traction, in fact, there were parts where the wall was white and parts where there were curtains. So that's why I did that. But it doesn't have to be that way because this curtain does, in fact, move more. So we could have it where the curtain is completely covered. I'd like you to weigh in on that because I don't have a strong feeling. This is more consistent. Barb is right. I don't really want to be distracting people. And so we're still experimenting with this to see how it's actually going to go. So let me know what you think of that. Barb, I know you're going to have to leave in just a second, but let me know which version of that you liked. And any of the rest of you watching this, let me know what you think in that regard too. I would love to know. And quick note, in just a little while, I'm going to be doing more Amazon influencer videos. So if you have any interest at all in how to make a video for Amazon influencer, or for that matter, any product review video, I'm going to be demonstrating that. Okay, so Barb says, no need to explain, you do you. It looks better with the curtain across the entire scene. Okay, although now I see the curtain is poking out in this one. So let me just move it just a little bit. And I don't know if that's distracting, or not. Now, you may have noticed when I walked back there, the audio got worse. That's because I'm not wearing a lav on me. I have a unidirectional mic that when I'm right in front of it is going to be even more powerful, but it allows me to move and communicate and speak. Barb says that's good. Okay, so we've got the curtain just the right way. That's great. We're going to do one more question, and then my wife and business partner, Joanne, has arrived. She's going to be assisting me doing Amazon influencer videos. We did a number of these yesterday. I'm continuing to learn how to streamline this process, how to do more and more. We got up, I believe, 30 videos and pictures yesterday ads. So we're increasing the speed of going from concept to the ads actually getting into the Amazon storefront. Let's go to the next question. Again, I've not read these questions. I simply asked ChatGPT for questions that relate to communication skills that are common questions people have. So it was able to scour the internet and look for data everywhere to find the most common questions. So the second question is, what strategies can I use to manage my anxiety during one-on-one conversations? Okay. So now I'm moving to this position again. So we've got content for longer form videos. What strategies can you use to manage your anxiety when you're just feeling anxious with one-on-one conversations? Let's face it, there are some conversations that are nerve-wracking. one-on-one job interviews, perhaps a first date, a boss confronting you about something you've done that they're not happy with. These are all things that, if you're a normal human being, create anxiety. The first thing you need to do is to really listen and try to fight that impulse to think of what you're going to say next. So much of what makes us anxious is we put pressure on ourselves to say the perfect thing, or to be witty, or to have the perfect comeback, or the perfect defense. You don't have to. You're going to be much less anxious if you can be in the moment. You need to actually listen to that person carefully. Because if you go into a job interview and the person says, "So tell me about yourself," and the first thing you're thinking is, "Oh no, I hate this question. I hate talking about myself. This is going to be awful. I'm going to fall." It's only going to make you more anxious. So you need to really listen intently. Make sure you're picking up on every nuance of the questioner. Make sure that you are watching their body language. See if you can figure out how interested are they in this. Is there some nuance that might only come from their body language that you can't tell from just the words? As human beings, we communicate so much with our voice, with our hands, with our movements. So the first step is to just be in the moment and listen. It's a type of mindfulness. And yes, it's easier for me to say this than for you to do it in that moment. But give yourself permission to not have any great thought. Give yourself permission to not have to respond instantaneously. If you're having a conversation with someone, whether it's a job interview, a performance review, you can take a moment to think. You can take a second. You can take a couple seconds. They're not going to be angry with you. In fact, they'll probably respect you more because they figured out this person's actually listening to me. This person's actually thinking about what I just said. So not only will it not make you look bad in the eyes of the other person, it will make you look good. So just clear your mind and try to listen to that other person. That's the first step. The next step, give yourself a moment to actually think. And then the third step is focus on the idea you want to convey to that person. Where people get a mistake is they think, "Oh, I've got to write this whole response out. They asked me, tell you about yourself, and I've got to get this whole paragraph out." No, you don't. Focus on one idea at a time. Say it in the first word that comes to you. Don't try to memorize big words. Don't try to use fancy words. Don't try to get it in a set order. But listen to the person respond and give them one good idea that you think represents your thought that could be interesting to them. And the whole time you need to be watching them. Do they look like they understand? Does it look like you make sense to them? Does it look like they have a question? And don't just keep going on and on and on and on. Instead, give them time to respond. Give them time to ask a question. If you do that, you will find that your anxiety and one-on-one conversations will go way, way down to the point where you can actually enjoy every conversation you're in. Okay, that was the sort of longer version. In just a moment, we're going to do our Amazon review videos. So you're not going to want to miss that because I'm learning how to do this every day, trying to get better and better. And I know a lot of you have expressed interest in doing that because it's taking public speaking skills and instantly packaging it in a way where you can get an audience and you can possibly make money. And traditionally, for most of human history, that was a really, really hard thing to do. And now you can do it. Doesn't mean everyone gets rich. I haven't gotten rich off of Amazon review videos or influencer videos, but you can start to make money. There's no natural gatekeepers keeping you out. Okay, I'm going to just quickly do the YouTube short or the short form content for the last one. Then I'm going to bring my wife on and we're going to do just on iPhones, little short Amazon review videos, and I'm going to walk you through that process. Okay, let's go to this angle. This is the one we're going to do for the short. Again, the question is, and I'm just working off questions. By the way, these were provided by ChatGPT. If I see a question that I think isn't interesting or isn't relevant to many people, or where I feel like I don't really add value, I'll just skip it. We're only on the first question, and I printed out 80 today, but we're not necessarily going to go through all of those. Again, the question is, what strategies can I use to manage my anxiety during one-on-one conversations? And I want to try to do this in roughly 30 seconds. A short on most platforms can go up to 60 seconds. I have found with my audience, the 12-second, 18-second version is really what resonates the most, but sometimes it's 47 seconds. So I'm going to try to just keep it relatively short. And I see Danilo has written, I'm grateful to join and like the new scenario. So I'm happy. By scenario, I'm hoping or assuming you mean the backdrop. Okay, let's hop in to this one. What do you do if it's a one-on-one conversation and all of a sudden you're feeling anxious? Well, for starters, don't put pressure on yourself to have the perfect comeback or say something witty or be able to answer every single thing. Instead, just breathe, listen to the person. Make sure you're really getting their nuance. Then when they're done, you don't have to respond instantly. You can, in fact, take a second. Take 2 seconds. Think about what you want to say. Then don't try to use fancy words or memorize anything. Instead, just say one thing of interest to that person and really look at them to make sure, are they understanding? Do they get it? Do they have a question? Okay, I think that's something that could be used for a YouTube short. So that's why we're doing that. Okay, now I'm going to ask Joanne, are we ready to do some Amazon? We're going to be doing Amazon review videos. The first one that I want to do is for a chair of mine. We're going to bring this out. I hope you can see it. And she's going to bring her cell phone in and capture. We need to give you the microphone. So I'm doing a different microphone for our Amazon review videos because we're doing these. I'm still learning my different camera angles because I'm not used to having 3 cameras on me. We are doing the Amazon review videos on a cell phone and then uploading it right from the cell phone into the Amazon storefront. So I'm inserting a different microphone that it's charging back there. I'm going to just have to walk back here to get it. Because I realize this is not, Mr. Beast, billions of people are going to watch this, but we're just showing you the actual process of how we get work done. In my particular business, as a communications coach, a communications trainer. So what I'm doing now is I'm turning on this little microphone. And if you're interested in this microphone, I do have an Amazon review of it in my Amazon store. And my Amazon store is linked on my bio, my About Us page on my YouTube channel. But it's amazon.com/shop/TJ Walker Success, but that's a long one. So I push this button, I get a green light, and I always like to test because we have about 4 of these microphones. So I always am fearful that somehow I'm going to pick one that doesn't resonate. So I'm going to ask Joanne, my wife, to go ahead and just record 3 seconds of it. Go ahead and record any 3 seconds. And we just want to play it back to make sure it works. Does that sound good? Okay. So the microphone is working. Now, there are varying stages of quality level production with anything. You can do a tweet in 2 seconds. You can write and edit a book for 12 years. Just because it's writing doesn't mean you have to spend 12 years on it or 2 seconds. There's a spectrum. It's exactly the same way with video. People can spend an entire year shooting, editing, refining, staging a 30-second commercial. And people can also make 50 videos in an hour, as I have. It just depends on what you want. But do make sure you follow the basics. You don't want to make 50 videos and then realize, oops, my microphone wasn't on, because I've been there, and that is absolutely no fun whatsoever. Okay, the first product we're going to do is this Herman Miller chair, which I've now had for about 20 years. So the first step is Joanne's going to take a picture of it. The picture will link to the product. She's taking a vertical picture, then she takes a horizontal picture. And then we're going to do 3 videos. We're going to do a short vertical video, and then we're going to do a slightly longer horizontal video, and then an even longer horizontal video. And then I'm going to upload it, tag it, show you exactly step by step. So by the time I'm through with this, it's going to be in my storefront. And I do want you to see how relatively quick and easy this can be, because so many people spend months, sometimes years, thinking about how they're going to do it, and they never actually do it. Okay, Joanne, let me know when we're ready. Give me the countdown.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
This Herman Miller chair is fantastic. It's always comfortable. I've had it for 15 years. It still feels great. So that's the 15-second one. Nothing fancy. By the way, I think I lied there. I think I've had this like 18 years, but I only lie if it's not something designed to trick anyone. I mean, that was just a memory slip. Now we're doing the horizontal one.
3, 2, 1.
I feel like this Herman Miller chair is a part of the family. Every day when I come into the office and sit on it, it feels incredibly comfortable. It doesn't feel any different now than when I bought it about 18 years ago. Now, I've been through different moves, a lot of different offices. I typically throw everything away. There's one thing I always keep, which is this Herman Miller chair. And those of you joining us for the first time, I really believe this because, like a lot of people, I have thousands of things I've bought, and a lot of things I throw away or I don't like, I don't care about. The beauty of the Amazon Influencer Program is you can pick and choose which products you want to talk about. You don't have to follow anyone else's marketing jargon or marketing points. You can say what you want. Now we're going to do the longer one.
3, 2, 1.
This Herman Miller chair is as comfortable today as it was when I first bought it about 18 years ago. There's something about sitting in this chair, being able to spin around. You feel like you've already made it. You already feel successful. Now, I've had a lot of ups and downs in my career in the last 18 years, different offices, different cities. Things change in my studio, office, professional life. But one thing doesn't change. If I want to be really productive and be at maximum efficiency, I want to be really comfortable. This chair is comfortable. It's incredibly cool, the mesh. And to my eye, it looks pretty much the same as it did 18 years ago. And maybe it's a little dusty back here, but you can't blame that on the chair. That's my fault. If you're looking for something that screams success and makes you feel successful, and I think will help you be more successful because you're incredibly comfortable and you're getting maximum support, you can't go wrong with this Herman Miller chair. So those of you just joining us, none of this is written out in advance. I'm not reading a teleprompter. I'm not following talking points. I didn't even get ChatGPT to write a script for me and memorize it. I'm just talking as if someone said, hey, what kind of chair is that? What's that like? I'm just talking and sharing, and that's why it is quick and easy. Mohammed says, very happy to see you. I'm from Iran. I follow you on Instagram. Mohammed, thank you so much for being with us. I know there's a lot of tensions in the world these days, and I'm so happy to connect with people anywhere and everywhere in the world who are focused on making things better, who are focused on helping people, who are focused on using their own insights, their own intelligence, and reaching other people. So, very happy to have our friends from Iran and the 190 other countries as well. So, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you can join us. And again, for anyone who wants to come on live, if you have a question, you want to talk to me, we can share some of the platform. All you have to do is go to my YouTube channel and go to my community tab, and there is the link there to how you can join us on StreamYard. So now we're going to do the somewhat tedious part, which is shooting the video. At least for me, is fun and easy. I can boom, boom, boom. We did 100 videos and pictures last Thursday right here in 89 minutes. But the harder part is editing, if you do any, labeling, uploading, processing, tagging. Amazon makes things, I think, easier than anyone else in the world when it comes to getting into the affiliate game, but there's still a bunch of steps involved. Rather than talk about it at the abstract level, I'm just going to demonstrate it for you right here. So Joanne, can you give me the phone and we can go ahead and do those?
Yeah, try to editing something with anger.
Okay. So Joanne was mentioning editing. By the way, Joanne doesn't love to be on camera. That's perfectly fine. You can be an Amazon influencer and not even show your face on camera. There are plenty of people who are more successful than I am in the Amazon influencer program, and they just use their voice and they show the product. You can do that. And there's another subsection of people who are Amazon influencers. I don't really know how successful they are. They don't use their face or their voice. They're doing everything through video and graphics. So there's not a one size fits all situation. My expertise is on speaking. So I do put an emphasis on how you can speak on a product, but that's only one way of doing it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just sign in to my, I'm going to go to Safari. I'm going to type in Amazon. I'm going to go to my page. I'm going to hit create content. I'm going to hit post. I'm going to hit photo library. I then see the last video we did. I'm just going to work my way back. So what I do recommend and what Joanne and I try to do when we make these is the second we see there's a video we've maybe started, we don't like it, we just hit delete. That way we don't have to think about it, review it, accidentally upload it. We just delete. So what we have here with one product are 5 new posts. And so it's 3 videos and it's 2 pictures. So I'm going to hit the first one. I'm going to hit choose. It's compressing the video, and Amazon, they know a thing or two about data storage because that's their really most profitable business, as I understand. So they're compressing the video. It's uploading it into the site. It's now there already. It now is asking me to tag the product. And this chair, I think I did get directly from a store. I didn't buy it on Amazon. So I can't simply go to your orders. Almost everything I do are products I literally bought on Amazon. I did check earlier to see that Amazon does sell this Herman Miller chair. So I'm going to have to search for this one. So I'm just going to type in Herman Miller Aeron. I should have actually mentioned that it was an Aeron. So I see the chair. I'm going to hit tag the product. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to now title it. This chair makes you feel like you are on top of the world. So, and I hit submit. And now it's already on my storefront. Now, you can't see it if you go to my storefront. Amazon still has a review process. Typically takes 5 hours or less. But that one, I've done everything I need to do for that. So again, with my own style, I'm not editing videos. Nothing wrong with editing. I just don't like to do it. I would rather hit delete and do another one. And I'm not trying to win over people with fancy editing skills and graphics and all that. I'm just trying to talk about it in an articulate, persuasive, positive way to give people reasons I think they might want a particular product. So now I go back to the storefront. I hit create content. And I'm trying to do these quickly so I can remember, did I do that one? Did I not do it? Which product is it? I want to do it all at once before going to the next one. So I hit post. I hit photo library. I hit the next video. No, that's interesting. It says downloading from iCloud, 0%. Okay, it just took a second. I haven't seen that before.
The video's too long.
Oh, that was the short one. My wife was saying perhaps that video is too long. That was a short one. So I'm now hitting choose. I'm now going to browse history. And I thought it would show up again, but now oh, you know what I did today that I learned not to do yesterday? I typed in Herman Miller. What I found is easier is to just use the microphone, the dictation app, Herman Miller. And then I clicked on the Aeron chair. And now I'm tagging the product. I'm hitting done. I'm going to title. This chair is always comfortable and always cool. So again, I could be even more sophisticated and have another computer screen open, do ChatGPT and say, what's the best headline that will grab attention to help market this product? I could do that. But at this stage, as I'm still in sort of an introductory stage, my first 5 or 6 weeks on Amazon Influencer, I'm opting for the strategy of getting a whole lot of things up and out there and seeing what works. So that's why I'm doing that style. I'm not opposed to others who figured out fancier, better ways. Now, I see we've had a number of people join us today live. I'm TJ Walker. Thanks for joining me. This channel is all about helping you become more successful by building your communication skills. The section we're in right now is how to use your communication skills to make money by being a part of the Amazon Influencer Program. So I'm walking people step by step how I make videos for that. So we've done 2. I'm going to hit another one. I'm going to hit post, hit photo library. Now I'm doing the vertical short form one. I hit choose. I go to browse history. Herman Miller Aeron. I hit that. I've now tagged the product. I hit done. It's now asking me to title it. This classic chair will never go out of style. Some of you may be too young to remember. This chair was really the big thing in sort of the dot-com era in the late 1990s. It became sort of a symbol of dot-com era excess, where companies that were never profitable, never going to be profitable, would spend a ton of money venture capital buying things they didn't really need. And everyone had one of these chairs, which at the time was maybe $700 or $800. They're about 700 now. So it's definitely pricier than, I mean, you can get a chair for $49 from Office Depot. But if you're sitting in it all day long and it affects your productivity, I think it's worth it, but you have to make that decision for yourself. Okay, we've now done the 3 videos. I'm now going to upload the photos because Amazon Influencer lets you upload not just pictures or not just videos, but also pictures. So now I'm doing the first photo. Are my eyes closed in this one? Well, the focus is on the product, not necessarily me. So browse history to tag it. Herman Miller Aeron chair. We tag the product. We hit done. This classic chair is always comfortable and always cool. It's similar to the title I did a moment ago, but it's still a little bit different. I try to mix it up. Go to storefront. Now I hit create content. Now I go to post. Now I do photo. And now I do the last picture. I hit choose. I hit browse. Herman Miller Aeron chair. I tag the product. I hit done. I do a caption. Work in extreme comfort on a daily basis with this Herman Miller chair. Submit. Okay, so that's 5. Now, would I have liked that to be even faster? Sure. But let's recap. I think it's only been about 15 minutes. We brought the product out. We shot, essentially produced, essentially scripted 3 video ads, did 2 photos. We uploaded them, tagged them, captioned them, titled them, submitted them. So there's a lot of different steps that we just did in the last 15 minutes. But it's not that hard. It's not that complicated. Joanne, do you have time for another one? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to try to do some more here today. And again, I try to give thought to products, but I only do products that I genuinely enjoy and believe in. So, for example, here's a product that I'm pretty positive I'm not going to make any money on this. From all I've read, Amazon influencers say, don't really bother doing reviews of books because you just don't make much money. But I do think this is an important book, and I am going to do a review of it. So we're going to start off with the pictures. And it just occurred to me one thing, Joanne, this is the first time I've done it, but with the camera angles, we're not showing my feet. And the last couple of days, my feet hurt. So instead of putting my dress shoes on, which I've done every time we've done a show here, today, I will show you, I put on Crocs. So I've got a business suit on, white socks and Crocs, which frankly looks ridiculous. I wouldn't really do that on a regular basis, but I'm revealing all to you here. But a note to Joanne when we're taking pictures, let's try not to show the Crocs because I did notice it in the last one, and that's my fault. If you have questions, by the way, feel free to comment. I can see your comments if you join us on StreamYard. And the easiest way to do that is to go to my YouTube channel, which is TJ Walker Success. Click the community tab, and there I have the link to today's StreamYard. Okay, so let's take, we're doing the vertical picture. Now we're doing a horizontal picture. Now we're going to do a short form vertical video ad.
3, 2, 1.
The 4-Hour Work Week. It made history when it came out. It's still relevant today. If you haven't read it yet, do it now. Confession, when this book first came out many years ago, I didn't get it. I thought it was a bunch of pie in the sky stuff. Since then, it has become the reality for millions of people around the world. If you want a better life and a better career, you need to study this. I have.
Stop already.
So Joanne just mentioned I paused a little bit before I said I have. Did it get cut mid-sentence? Should we do it over, or is it fine as it is?
The short one. You can do the long one right now.
But with the short one, does it cut me off in mid-sentence? The reason I'm asking, folks, is I'll just do another one rather than ask her to edit. So we're just going to delete that one. I do highly recommend whether you're making videos for Amazon Influencer or for YouTube or your own online course on Udemy, the best form of editing in the world, the delete button. Just do another one. It's so much faster. Okay, so this is our second one, and it's our first horizontal.
3, 2,
Confession, when this book first came out many years ago, I didn't get it. I thought it was kind of crazy pie in the sky stuff. But everything Tim Ferriss talks about in this book has pretty much become reality for millions of people around the globe and myself. If you want to improve your work life and your personal life, study this book.
right. I like it.
Okay, now a longer one. And I've got it a little bit wrinkled here. I didn't put the dust jacket on quite the right way. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I have to confess, when I first read this book back in about 2008, I thought it was silly. I thought it was sort of career pornography. What's this idea? Work from home, do an internet business that kicks off 80,000 a year. I thought this is just fantasy. Well, I reread the book a couple of years ago, and things that I thought were silly and ridiculous 15, 16 years ago, now I'm saying, oh, well, I do that. Oh, I do that. Oh, it's now become common sense. Tim Ferriss was ahead of his time with this book, and he's provided a roadmap to millions of people around the world who don't want to just live the same old life of get a job, stay at a big corporation, hope the boss gives you a 5% raise. He's carved a new path for himself and millions of people around the world. If you want a better life, this should be a part of your reading. So again, I want to stress, I'm probably not going to make any money from that. But I wanted to demonstrate to you how you can do something like this. I also feel like this book does help people. And what I said there is true. I thought it was a ridiculous book when it first came out. And in just rereading it in the last couple of years, I thought, oh, wow, he was so far ahead of his time. The problem was my fault. I wasn't thinking as clearly about the future and seeing the future the way he did. So I really do think if you haven't read the 4-Hour Workweek, you should. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, again, the sort of the tedious part. I'm not going to get ratings gold for this, but I want to just show you my actual process of how we go from concept to an actual ad, an actual product review in the Amazon Influencer store where I potentially could make money. Okay, so I've signed into my store. I hit go to storefront. I hit create content. By the way, it just occurred to me, I do have a camera now on a tripod that I can move out and go down. So when I get a little fancier, I will hold my phone on my desk and have that camera and actually show it to you, but I'm not that fancy yet. So I'm going to hit post video. I'm going to go to photo library. I hit the first one. We have a call coming in. When you're doing videos and you want to make sure you don't waste time, you can put your phone on airplane mode or put no notifications so you don't mess up a video. I'm going to hit choose. It's compressing the video now. And again, Amazon is pretty quick about this. And let me just quickly check and see if anyone has written comments on the private chat. If you are leaving comments on other platforms, I apologize for not seeing it. Best practices would be to have someone on my team monitoring every platform, but we just went ahead today spontaneously trying to test a few things. So now I'm going to go to your orders, 4-Hour Workweek. That pops up. This says no results. Because I've bought the book a couple of times. And I can't imagine that I didn't buy it on Amazon, but it's possible I bought it at Barnes & Noble. So now I'll just browse more broadly. 4-Hour Workweek. Okay, 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I'm tagging the product. I'm hitting done. Tim Ferriss was ahead of his time, comma, this book is still relevant, exclamation point. Okay, I think I spelled his name correctly. Yeah. I say I did, yeah, the transcribing did it. Now I hit submit post. So that's one. I hit go to the storefront. I hit create content, post video, library. I go to the second video. I hit choose. And I go to browse history. Tim, what happened is I started talking after I hit the microphone, so I messed it up. So I'm going to back. 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I'm hitting search. I'm tagging the product. I'm hitting done. I'm titling it. Still relevant, comma, you can live a better life, exclamation point. I hit submit post, so that one's done. So by the way, one of the things that I think is fascinating about Amazon Influencer is there's so many different purposes for your videos. So it may be I never make a single penny from someone watching the video and then buying it, but I get in front of the publisher of this book and they decide, hey, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing, and they want to work with me on future books or projects. I may end up using this video as an ad that I run on my show right here. And not so much, again, to make money, but because I think it will actually help a lot of my viewers and part of my community. So that's another reason. Okay. And now I got distracted. So did we do the third video or only 2 videos? Both, meaning 2, or we did 3? We did all 3 videos. Okay, so now I'm going to upload the pictures. So I chose the picture. I'm now going to browse history. 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss. I hit. That's what, so now for some reason, the way I did that, it's bringing up the Spanish version, the 4-Hour Body, oh, here's the paperback. I guess I can do there. Well, now it's bringing up an audio version. So, all right, we'll do this one. Now it's asking me to write a caption. The 4-Hour Workweek is more relevant today than ever. Done. Submit. Go to storefront. And now there is one more. So I hit create content. And the internet is taking a second for some reason. By the way, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or suggestions on how I can do it better or criticisms, feel free to leave a comment if you've joined us in StreamYard, or Barb, correct me if I'm wrong. If someone leaves a comment on YouTube, it will pull it from YouTube and show it in my comment section as well. I am getting a message that says, can't post comments to some destinations. So I don't see that. But I do appreciate those of you who did show up at a moment's notice, because this was not promoted. So I lost the server page there. So Safari could not open the page. So I'm going to hit refresh. Like with any computer, and a phone is a computer, occasionally you'll lose internet connection, or something might not go just right. I don't know if that one made it or not. So it sent me back to a regular page. So I am going to try to go back to my page and see if it did in fact get posted, because my gut is that I need to redo that because I don't think it made it. But we'll find out, because that is the beauty of Amazon, is things get posted pretty quickly indeed. And I want to be respectful because I've commandeered my wife's phone. Fifi is calling you. Is that an urgent call?
We're gonna have lunch together.
Oh, okay. And so that means you've had enough of my talking and you're ready for lunch. Okay. So right now, I'm only seeing one post from the 4-hour work week. And there is a bit of a lag. I'm going to hit refresh, but I certainly suspect that the last one didn't get on. So I'm going to redo that. Okay. Now, Barb says YouTube comments will show up. Again, not expecting a huge crowd today. This was not promoted. But Barb, thank you as always for your help and guidance on all of these issues. Okay. So we'll have to double check that later, but that'll be an easy one to notice because I'm holding up the book, so it will stand out. So Joanne, do we have time for another one?
Let me talk to my friend first.
Okay. So you can do these on your own. In fact, I may demonstrate one right now because I have my phone here. The reason I like to work with a colleague is this way I can gesture. I'm not holding a phone, and it's just easier to focus on the product and talking rather than being the technician. Of course, a lot of people will put their phone on a tripod, hit record, step away, do the whole ad, then step in, hit pause, but then they edit it. Now, some people can edit in 2 seconds. I'm just not a good editor. I don't like editing. I've never really learned to edit. That's nothing to be proud of, but that's why I like working with someone else. So the only editing we're doing is the start button and the stop button. I am not saying that that is necessarily a best practice. I am saying it's a way to get a lot more content up quickly, whether you're doing an Amazon influencer video, a YouTube video, or an online course. I've had a lot of success making online courses where I do things in one take. But I'm not someone who has 10 billion subscribers to my YouTube channel, because the people who have the most views on YouTube are people who either do a lot of editing themselves or they hire editors, which is something I've now done for pretty much all of my videos on YouTube for the last 5 months. Okay, so let's take a quick little break here. I'm going to do one myself holding, because I do want to demystify this process. What I'm trying to do for myself, but also for you, is eliminate roadblocks, because so many people I know who, frankly, are more knowledgeable than I am about a lot of things. They are just as articulate or more articulate than I am. They could have thousands of videos up, and yet they're still holding themselves back. They're thinking, well, this has to be right, or I need the perfect light or the perfect microphone or this or that. And they just never get around to it. So let me just pick another product. Let me go over here. And here's one I use because now I am making videos every day. I therefore put makeup on every day, which means I need to use a makeup remover. So the first thing I'm going to do is follow the same sequence, whether I'm doing it myself or my wife is helping me. I'm going to take a picture. So I'm going to just put it down. I'll put it on my Herman Miller chair. And I'm going to take a photo of it where the first one is a vertical. The second one is a horizontal. And now I'm going to make videos. So I'm flipping it around at myself. I'll do it this way so you can sort of see what I'm doing. Now it is a little trickier because I have to hold the product, talk about it, keep the camera steady, hit the record button, at the right time, see that it's recording, finish talking, and hit the stop button. So, I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do, but it is trickier than when someone's helping me. So I'm going to do that right now. And I'm noticing that with this, the text is reversed. And I can't remember if it then is unreversed, but it's something to think about. We all need makeup occasionally, but you don't want to leave it on all day or all night. That's why I use the Neutrogena makeup remover every day. Okay, so that's the vertical short. Now, so I keep it all straight on the same phone, I will do a longer one. Oh, so here's,
I can do it for you right now. So
okay. I need you to do it with this phone then, since I already have it. So we've done the picture, and we've done the vertical short. So now we're going to do the two horizontal videos. And let me pull one out and just do a little demonstration. I spent hours a day under bright lights doing live hit delete. So again, for people who are watching this for the first day, I do want you to see I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I make mistakes. The problem isn't mistakes. The problem is if you have a mistake and then you want to spend 8 hours trying to edit it to make it perfect. I recommend, and what I practice, just hit delete and do it over. So let's just do that one over. Okay, ready for another one? I spend hours a day under bright lights live streaming, and I have to wear makeup, but I don't want to have that on all day, the rest of the day, or at night. So that's why I really like these Neutrogena makeup removers. I can just wipe off the makeup. It's not like a paper towel that's going to get all stuck on me. It wipes it off, and I can have that clean skin. You can see it all comes off right here. Did that show up? Did the makeup show up?
Yeah.
Okay. Which reminds me, I'm going to put makeup back on when this is over. Okay. Now the longer one. Except now, does it look weird that half the makeup is off my face? Can you tell?
It's fine, it's fine.
Oh, maybe I'll actually start doing it. So give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
I just finished another 3-hour live stream under bright lights. I don't want to go home, spend the rest of the day or the evening covered with makeup. That's why I love these Neutrogena makeup remover towelettes, because they're clean, they're easy to use, they don't leave little bits of paper and other things attached to my face. My face is once again clean. I've got all the makeup off, and it's right here on the remover, not on my face anymore. If you have to wear makeup, especially on a regular basis, I highly recommend the Neutrogena makeup remover. Okay, so that's that product. And Joanne, do you have to go now?
Let's see.
I'm gonna wipe this off just so you know what I'm doing.
Did you did a free of the horizontal video? None of them is a vertical. You told me
No, I
that
did. I did a vertical. I can't even hold it. My wife is telling me that I did all the videos horizontal. I know I did a vertical because you saw me, and I can't even hold it vertical. It's much harder to do a vertical. What's that?
Might be deleting the wrong one.
I haven't deleted one yet. It's the
I did, because the one mixed up by deleting probably the wrong one.
okay. So we may have deleted accidentally the wrong one. Okay, let me just see what we have here a minute. So I do want to, let's make this a learning moment. if you're making a lot of videos and pictures for products, as I think you should, because you never know if you'll make any money from anyone, it's very easy to get confused about, did I do this right? Or which one is this? Or how many do we have? So that's why I am trying to get these up as quickly as possible so we don't have to rely on memory. So, okay, so that's the one you did. Okay, so I don't see any of the videos that I did. Did you deleted them all?
It may be.
Okay, so all right, so
Only
let's
one.
okay, let's do another one right now. Let's do the vertical. Yeah, because I had taken the picture and I'd done. Yeah. But do we have more than one horizontal? Because
You have three
I now
horizontals.
see 3 horizontals. Oh, the first one was the one I made a mistake on, right? Let's just
Yeah.
listen to it. So always good to check right when you're doing it. So I'm going to hit play. I spend hours a day under bright lights doing live script. Yeah. So that's the one I messed up on. So I deleted that. So I think what happened is we knew we made a mistake. I said delete it, but we just accidentally deleted the wrong one, which is completely understandable. So let's do one more. And then I'll have to put makeup on again. Okay, so this will be the short form vertical video we're going to do.
3, 2, 1.
If you spend hours a day under a bright light and don't want makeup following you home, I highly recommend the Neutrogena Makeup Remover. The makeup can end up here, not on your face. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so now, and do you have time for more or do you need to head out now?
One more.
Okay.
Gotta be quick.
Well, I've got to do these before I forget them. So it's the only thing. So I'm going to go to my Amazon storefront. I type in Amazon, TJ's page. I hit create. Switch the camera angle there. Switch, and I'm going to hit post video, photo library. I hit I actually like that picture. And I hit done. It is up. Private. So I'm doing this on my phone now, not my wife's phone, as we've been doing. So I'm getting a different message. Okay, it just took a few extra seconds. I'm now hitting your orders to tag it. Neutrogena Makeup Remover. That didn't show. Now, this is one that my wife has purchased. She uses them as well. So I didn't actually buy it from Amazon. I assumed she did, but I also assume that Amazon is going to sell a product like this. So I'm going to hit browse history. And we go through a lot of these now in the house, as you could imagine. So I'm going to type in the search button, Neutrogena Makeup Remover. And of course, they do have it, the exact same package. And I see exactly what I've got. I'm tagging the product. I'm hitting done. Remove your makeup quickly and easily. I hit done. I hit submit post. I go to storefront. I hit create content, post video, photo library. I go to the second video. I hit done. And for whatever reason, this one is just taking longer on my phone. I'm not quite sure what this would be because this is actually a little newer than the other phone. This is an iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I can't remember if I did an Amazon influencer video for this yet, but if not, I will, because in theory, this is the sort of thing that is more profitable because it's obviously more expensive. Again, if you're joining us just now, you've stumbled across this. I'm TJ Walker. This is the TJ Walker Success Channel, and we are all about helping you become more successful by building your communication skills and by becoming more confident in your communication skills. If you're trying to improve your communication skills, you can certainly start for free by subscribing to this channel because we have new content every single day. And now we're doing live content every day. But you also might want to go to my main corporate website, mediatrainingworldwide.com, where we have hundreds of online courses, in-person trainings, workshops, seminars for any type of communication skills need. Okay, so that's now uploaded. I'm going to browse history. Now I'm going to Neutrogena Makeup Remover. So I hit that. I tag the product. I hit done. It says it's still uploading the video. So I'm going to also use this time to title it. Your skin will feel great after removing your makeup quickly. So are these the best titles? No, I'm coming up with these relatively quickly while there's a camera in my face and bright lights in my face. So I'm doing the best I can. And while I'm certainly no stranger to makeup for TV, I'm certainly not as adept talking about makeup as a lot of the internet makeup experts are who really, really care about makeup. I'm doing just very basic stuff to remove shine and a few other minor imperfections. So go to storefront, create content, hit video, video library. Now I'm doing the shorter video. Doing that, it's uploading it. That is interesting. It may be that somehow I didn't get on the internet on this phone. I will check that in just a moment. By the way, if you have questions about what I'm doing, feel free to ask them. You can post your comments right here. If you want to join me, you can do that by going to my YouTube page, go to the community tab, and the most recent post is the link to join us right here on StreamYard. Okay, I just need a couple seconds to finish tagging those. So it's uploading that video right now. Now it's giving me the option of tagging it. I hit search, Neutrogena Makeup Remover Wipes. I tag it, I hit done, title. By the way, if you catch me doing a duplicate, or you say, well, TJ, I think you've already done that one, let me know right here, because I really don't want to put duplicate content up on the page. That could be considered spamming and just isn't useful or really helpful. After your face looks its best, it can feel its best with these wipes. Oh, I think I went too long on that one. So I'm just going to backtrack. Yeah. Go to storefront. Now I'm going to upload the photos. And the photo wasn't anything great. It was just a picture of the product. But you never really know. Something like that could be used and could create value for someone somewhere. Okay. So search, microphone. Neutrogena Wake Up. makeup removal. Tag, done, title. After you're done looking good, comma, use these wipes to feel clean and comfortable. So with the photos, you can use a little more text for the description. It's not quite the same thing.
Microphone.
I completely forgot to use the microphone for that one, but the acoustics in here are pretty good. I actually have soundproofing on the wall. So let me do the last one before I forget it and forget the sequence, because it is a shame, I believe, to go to the trouble of making a video ad or a photo and then you forget to upload it, in which case no one can see it and you can't benefit yourself or anyone else at all. Neutrogena makeup remover. Tag, done, caption. When you're done looking your best, comma, these makeup wipes will make your face feel its best. Now, I had an apostrophe there. That did cause problems with other things, but that was accepted. Okay, so we've finished that one. So, Joanne, did you have time for one more, or do you need to leave? Okay, so you want to put the microphone back in?
Using my phone or your phone? Okay, using your phone.
Oh, if we use mine, then you can go and I can do it without taking up more of your time. Okay, so I'm going to put the receiver to this microphone I use into my phone.
Your phone's 15.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't work. That's why we do that. So let's just do it without the microphone. It's going to be good. I use the microphone because I like every little edge. My wife's phone is an iPhone 14, and it has, I forget what you call that, mini clip, but the 15s have a different size plug. So the microphone I got for one doesn't work for the other. Okay, so let's quickly figure out what the next product will be. And if you have any requests for a particular product you've perhaps seen me use or talk about, or that's in the scene, we could do the floating shelf. I do like these shelves. Let's do the floating shelf because I haven't used these for a long time, but I do like them. So you're going to need to get closer. And we probably don't want to show the books because we want to. So if you can maybe crop it from here to here so it doesn't look like a promotional. So we're taking a picture of the floating shelf.
It doesn't look good.
Well, let's just do it anyway for demonstration. Well, you want to use a different shelf or a different product? How about this one? So we had a slight problem with the lighting, and I realize this looks dark to you, but the way we're shooting it, it won't look like that. Are you able to take a picture of that?
I did.
Okay, so you did it.
Do you want you in the picture or just?
No, I don't have to be in the picture, but I do have to talk about it now next to it. Do we have enough lighting on it? Do we have enough lighting on it? Okay. All right, so where do you want to be? This is a little bit different because unlike a lot of products where we can just hold it and make it right in front of the camera, the shelves are already on the wall. They attach right to the wall. So that makes it slightly harder for producing the video and picture, but we're going to do it right now. Okay. So can you see me? And the closer you are to me, also the better the quality of the audio. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
These floating shelves look elegant. They're easy to install, and they get the job done.
2, 1.
I love these floating shelves because they look modern. They look contemporary. They look elegant. They don't take up too much space. It's the perfect thing for my TV set.
Long one. 3, 2, 1.
These floating shelves are easy to install. They're simple. They're elegant. I love the look. I love the simplicity. I can put books on them. I can put other ornaments on them. I got it for my TV set, but I also think it would look good in any home and in any office, especially if you want to get away from the old, tired, dark wood bookshelf. This is the modern, easy way to go. Okay, so I may have made a blunder there because Amazon does have a rule that says you're not supposed to disparage any other product. So I did say old, tired look of wooden bookshelves. So there's a possibility it could be flagged. I don't know yet. So we'll see. Again, that's the beauty of doing so many of these is I don't have a huge investment for any one of these videos or any one of these pictures. Now, if I get to the point, or if anyone gets to the point where they know, wow, every single video they do, they're going to make $20,000. And I don't know of anyone who can say that with great confidence yet. And then at that point, you could say, okay, I really want to get it just right. But what I'm doing right now is I'm in an exploratory phase where I'm just learning the ropes. And what I'm trying to do is put enough out there to see what sticks and what works. This isn't everyone's way of doing it, but it is the way that I've done it that's been successful. I can take this microphone off now since it's not being used. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to go. Oh, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I'm actually on Wi-Fi, and I am. I don't know why my newer phone was much slower uploading the videos than an older phone. So I'm going to the store. I'm hitting create content. I'm hitting post video, video library. I see a video, hit done. And for whatever reason, the interface is different on this phone versus the iPhone 14, but it doesn't really seem to matter. But it is uploading it at a slower pace. I'm not quite sure why. So that's a 26-second one, and it's uploading just more slowly than the others were. Now, I do see that we have 3 photos here, but I can tell which one I don't want to use because the blue accent lighting is causing distractions. So now I'm going to tag it. I'm going to hit your orders, floating bookshelf. That didn't show up, but I know that I bought these on Amazon because I just bought them a few weeks ago. So I'm going to try that again, your order. I'm going to hit bookshelf. Now I see it. So these are described, interestingly, as white bathroom shelves. I didn't even know that. My colleague who helped me design this whole studio picked it out for me and sent me the link, and I just bought it. So I'm going to hit done. These white floating shelves are perfect for bathrooms, comma, TV sets, comma, etc. And submit post. Go to storefront, create content, photo library. And I hit the next one. Done. Now it's uploading. So I did learn something important here today. If I'm going to make these videos, I'm much better off, at least in my own little world of the phone I have and the phone my wife has, using my wife's phone. It's uploading much faster on her phone. It may be I have too many videos on mine. We're going to go to your orders, shelves. I hit shelves. I tag the product. By the way, these are only $27. Now, when you're doing your Amazon influencer video, you don't want to mention price because Amazon can be changing prices all the time. They can be showing different people different prices for the same product. So you may have noted, I don't ever say, oh, this is a great bargain, or this is on sale, or this only cost X. They don't want any of that because they want the flexibility of showing this video anytime, even if the prices change dramatically. These floating bookshelves are simple and elegant. Okay, I just noticed a typo there, and I'm hoping doing these quickly, I haven't made a lot of them. I'm hoping not anymore. But I did a quick glance there, and I had dictated these flooding bookshelves look elegant. Well, that sounds ridiculous, and nobody wants a flooding bookshelf. How that would even happen, I don't know. But okay. Now we're going to go to the photos. Selected the photo, done, tagging, bookshelf. That I didn't do the right way. It's shelves. Floating bookshelf. Suddenly, I can't seem to find the product because I did it in a slightly different way. It's because I put the word book in. They're not really intended for books. That's why. They are bathroom shelves. They're in the product demo, they are storing towels on it. So that's why. Make any room look more elegant and contemporary with these floating shelves. Done and submit. Now I'm going to go to the last one, create content. And I'm going to hit post. And I am going to, by the way, I'm going to do one quick production thing. I'm going to hit stop recording. And then I'm going to hit start again. That will make it easier for my team when they're editing some of the earlier stuff we did. Now I'm going to do the last floating bookshelf. I'm going to hit done, tag product, floating bookshelf. I did it again. It's not a bookshelf, it's a shelf. Tag product, hit done, caption, modern elegance with utility, comma, these bookshelves look it's not a bookshelf. These shelves look great. These shelves look great. Submit. Okay. So what have we done in roughly the last hour? Let's count. So we did the bookshelves. We did a step remover. We did a book. We did a Herman Miller chair. And we did 3 videos for each, 2 photos for each. So 5 times 4. So I now have 20 more Amazon influencer ads than I did an hour ago. So I'm hoping you see that this is relatively easy and simple. And we just shouldn't overcomplicate things. I can tell you, I don't want to violate the terms of agreement for Amazon, but I don't think I'm violating anything by telling you I am making money from this. Now, I'm not making enough to, pay the rent or the mortgage or anything like that, but I do see trickles coming in, in a way that are sending signals to me that this is meaningful and is worth my time. But it is a long-term play. I don't think anyone just comes in, makes a couple of videos, and then starts cashing big checks from Amazon and buying new cars. I don't think anyone has had that level of success with this. But I see potential. And again, what excites me so much about this is that it is a way for someone who has nothing but an interest in communication and communication skills and presenting and wants to speak to the world and wants to do it in a way where they can make money. Then the problem is if you just start a YouTube channel, you can do videos every single day for years and not even qualify for their revenue share program. Because you have to, these days, you have to have, what is it, 1,000 subscribers and a certain number of hours of watch time. I've been on YouTube since a few months after they started. And that's not to brag because I've been a very slow learner with YouTube. But there was a point where basically they let anyone in. And once you were in, they didn't kick you out. So I've been in this program before I think they had any kind of gatekeeping credentials required to get in, or maybe it was the number of videos. I don't know what it was. It also, frankly, was a lot easier back in the early days. I remember, it would have been 2008 during a presidential campaign. My colleagues and I think Jess Todfeld was there, we would watch, for example, a vice presidential debate. As soon as it's over, just turn on the camera, make a video giving our analysis, no editing, no special effects, no graphics, and just post it. There'd be 10,000 views by the next morning. Those days are gone where you can just give a quick reaction to something with zero editing and not having a following and getting huge traffic. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to follow Barb's advice. I'm going to take a short break, but I'm actually going to disconnect. We're going to start over again in a few minutes if you want to join me. I will be going back to what we did earlier today, which is answering common questions about communication skills. And if you have any questions about communication skills, I'm happy to put yours to the head of the list. I'm going to be working from a list generated by ChatGPT of common questions and concerns people have about public speaking, communicating, talking, and dealing with other human beings when your mouth is moving. So I'll be answering those questions. If you want to join me, I'll be on all the same places in, let's say, about 5 minutes or so. And if you want to talk, I will post the link in the community tab of my YouTube channel. Again, my YouTube channel, if you're watching from LinkedIn or another place, is TJ Walker Success. Type that in on YouTube and you will find me. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. And now, because of the new configuration, I'm having trouble finding my mouse, but I found it.